Hey guys, how we doing? Much love to you all out there. I have to make this nice and short and sweet because I'm off to Chinguiza to film a video. So I really just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the concept of discipline. I've been experiencing discipline in a very different way to like how I've been experiencing discipline before. It has been very clear to me during this period of Ramadan because I have had to employ a certain amount of discipline and willpower to wake myself at 3:30 in the morning and go to to eat and drink and then go to bed again at 4:30, wake up before 7 so that I can head to work. So often I'm working on a sleep deficit, so I'm tired a lot of the days, and it has required discipline for me to get there. Okay, but I feel like recently, instead of doing discipline, I have just been being disciplined. I made the choice to wake up at that time. I made the choice to participate in Ramadan. So throughout the day, like today, it's warm. I'm feeling a bit thirsty. I haven't had anything to drink. I could be forcing and fighting my way through this. It's like, oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, I need a drink. Oh, this. Or I could just relax into it and yield to it and just be like, okay, this is the choice that I made. Because at any point, genuinely, I can break my fast if I choose to do so. Okay, because I have a choice. I'm not remaining in this choice out of fear, out of forcing myself, because I made the choice. So therefore, the power is in my hands. Okay, there's so many people that are constantly making choices of this nature, rather being on diets, fasting, dedicating themselves to doing certain things at a particular time slot, and then they fight themselves when at any point they have the choice to disengage from that. So why do something that you chose to do in a miserable fashion? That doesn't make any sense at all. Rather be fully involved in that process, fully involved in the thing that you chose, or also another thing is you choose not to do it. I've had family members, unfortunately, they put themselves on these diets and then they make everyone around them suffer. When the truth of the matter is, again, they could have the bread roll if they chose to have the bread roll. So that is essentially the difference between doing discipline and being disciplined. Okay, when you're doing discipline, you're operating out of a place of fear. Okay, because you're afraid of what it says about you when you don't do the thing that you said that you were going to do. Okay. When you're operating in a place of having absolutely no fear of what choice you're going to make, because you're the only one watching or really caring about the choices that you make, then you're no longer operating from a place of fear, and doing the whole and being disciplined just becomes a hell of a lot easier because you fully accept the choice that you made. If you're fighting choices that you made, then that's doing discipline, because now you have to force yourself to do the things that you chose to do. I hope that makes sense, guys. But we assign so many stories to so many behaviors. So if I was to choose, for example, to break my fast now, that doesn't mean that I'm weak. Doesn't mean that I'm weak-willed. It would mean that I made the choice. Nothing forced me to make the choice. Nothing outside of me made the choice. I made the choice. And so it's much easier for me to stay in the fast because I know that I'm actively making the choice. I'm not bound by anything to make the choice. There's many people in Ramadan, okay, who are stressed, who are fighting themselves, and in my opinion, you're going to absolutely wreck all the benefits that would come from the fast if you were to do that. Same thing with anything. If I'm playing guitar, if I told myself I'm going to play guitar in this specific slot, and then I'm fighting myself, I'm like, going throughout, then what's the point of playing guitar? It's supposed to be something you enjoy, and therefore, it's supposed to be something you enjoy. Why are you fighting yourself? Why are you making it miserable for yourself? Then rather make the choice not to play guitar. Am I right? You can apply this into infinite scenarios across your existence, guys. I think so much discipline comes from fear. fear of not doing the thing that you said you were going to do, rather than it actually being a choice, because you want everything to be a choice. You want everything to be a choice, even if you're keeping your word. What you don't want keeping your word to be made out of fear. You don't want to say, hey, I'm making the choice to do this, and then fight your way to the finish line in order to keep your word. Okay, it should just be, you just should be somebody that keeps their word. If you're somebody who keeps their word, there's no need to be fighting against not keeping your word. Does that make sense? That's identity level change versus being disciplined, being someone who keeps your word, versus doing discipline and doing somebody that keeps doing the identity of somebody that keeps their word. If that makes sense, guys. It's not attached to your actions, it's attached to the way that you identify. Thank you, guys. I hope that made sense. Much love.